is actually using Discord, and there's so many more options to it.
Right.
But and what happens is people show their age, which is hilarious. Anyone,
What are you trying to say, Colleen?
hey, I have a lot of years on you, so I understand.
I
But
must say,
uh,
when I saw the instructions, so this like, oh my God, what's this? It is outside of comfort zone, but that's exactly what we need, don't we?
it is. What I find though, there's so many more options. And that's what I enjoy about it. But even for me, I'm lucky. I had my son's 26. He's the one that helped guide me. And
Right.
he makes fun of me. He's like, everyone you interview is old like you. I'm like, well, that's not very nice. But anyway, but it has been nice, but a learning curve, a learning curve. So now that we've been through all of that, who are you? I mean, I know who you are, but we want everyone else to know who you are too. So do introduce yourself, okay?
Of course. Hi everyone. I'm Lenka Lutonska. Who I am, many things. Author of Energetic Selling and Marketing,
Mm-hmm.
mom of 3 boys, husband to one wonderful husband, lover of my dog and cat and garden and people and clients. That's the most biggest passion is my work, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And just perhaps a little bit of dreamer too. And that's it. That's who I am. Probably many more things, but that's who I am.
That's who you are today, right? That's who you
That's who I
are.
am today.
Well, so tell me this. How can you be kinder to yourself?
Okay. So these are the funky, thought-provoking questions. Yes, I was
That's
looking forward to those.
absolutely it. Yeah, I thought I would just jump straight into it.
Thanks, Colleen.
Uh-huh.
How can I be kinder to myself? I would say I am practicing kindness consciously, and sometimes it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I find it the most difficult. I have actually quite strong self-critic, or the internal bully
Mm-hmm.
when I set goals,
Okay.
conscious goals,
Okay.
specific goals, and when I don't achieve them, I can beat myself up quite bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it is in those times I particularly need to remind myself, hello, be kind to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This is not anymore the criticizing parent-child relationship.
Right. Right.
You are your own parent, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, I've been practicing it for a little while now, but I know that that's where I can be a little kinder to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And as such, I'm also doing my best not to set very specific goals, which sometimes is tricky because I have got quite large business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people want from you, from team members, So how much budget Lenka is going on this campaign? What do we want to achieve? How many people you say, hey, I don't know. Let's
Right.
just be open. And it doesn't quite
Right.
work like that. Right?
No, sometimes you have to have those specifics, don't you?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm doing at least my best to practice what I preach, and that is stay detached from the outcome. So I do set specific outcome for anything that I do in business. So let's say the goal is to sign up 100 clients or 50 clients, 100, whatever it might be. But I know that is a symbol, and we'll just go for it and let's be detached. But still, I find myself, even though I'm practicing it, the post analysis sometimes, if I'm below, if I'm above, great. If I'm below it, the self critic kicks in. Lenka, you should have done more. At this point, you should be further. Lenka, blah blah blah.
So
So
what do you
that's
tell
where
yourself with that though? What do you tell yourself? What do you say?
to counteract. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
counteract is simply to be kind to myself, as in, look, I appreciate that part of me that wants to be self-critic because it's part of me that drove me very far. Yes, that
Right.
has got the determined side. I appreciate you, but I choose kindness because I know I'm exactly on a way wherever I'm supposed to go. I know whatever I'm doing is from best intent for the greatest good of all. And so this is more than okay. I'm okay. So kind of trying to give myself a little bit of self-love, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so self-talk is how you do it.
Self-talk.
Through
Self-talk
self-talk.
or journaling. Or
Yeah.
journaling.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
journaling. You might be familiar with my little rare process of journaling.
I am. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
so when I do find myself self-criticizing, that's what I'll do. I'll just go through the journaling, and as part of it, myself more kindness.
With a tub of ice cream as well, or not the tub of ice cream?
Not the tub of ice cream. No, just journaling.
Just journaling. Well, some people do both, and that's how they get it. They do the both. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, are you a concert goer? And what is the best concert you have been to?
Okay. Depends what you consider a concert. The last concert I've been to was, well, I haven't been to any last year. Obviously.
I don't think many people have.
Yes. So the last one was December before that.
Okay.
December. And I flew to Vienna with a few friends to see Havashi, who is a composer, a pianist and composer. And he does these incredible shows connecting the classical piano music with the world music. So it's incredible, you know, so he mixes the cultures, and it's a beautiful show for all senses. So that's the last concert I went to. But I'm not a huge concert goer, as in it's not something I do every month.
Okay.
It's more of something, I really feel inspired to go there or see that. So it's more of that.
Okay. So an as is basis, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. What would you like to relive in your life?
Relive? Gosh.
Do again.
You know,
have it either a do-over or something like that.
A do-over, God. As you said it, I'm just going to go with whatever came to my mind first.
Absolutely. Yes.
And I'm not going to relive it. I know I'm not going to relive it in a real life experience. But as you asked that question, what took to my mind is that magical experience of giving birth. That was very, very special, even though it was painful, beyond painful.
Right.
But at the same time, orgasmic and highly spiritual experience as you giving life. So unforgettable. And I would like to relive it. Actually, yes, but I won't. Probably.
Right. Okay. All
Is
right.
that enough? Fun question.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. Well, you did it 3 times, right?
Yes. 3 times is plenty enough for me.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes. Other than that, I think we are reliving it anyway when we have nice memories, or not so nice. We're reliving it in imagination anyway, kind of, even though not really physically.
Right.
So it's something we do all the time, right? Yes.
Well, this might tie into the previous one, but if you could do one thing for 48 hours, what would that be? I don't know if you had long labors or not, so maybe it was that.
Continually for 48 hours without the rest? Without any rest?
You know what? I'll leave that up to you, how you want to answer that. I've had various different interpretations of it, so it's up to you.
Fine. Right now, gardening. It's simple as that, because I just bought over 200 plants for hedges and a new bench and a new trellises, and it all needs to be done, and it's something I found very, very enjoyable. So I could do with 48 hours just to do digging.
Okay. Perfect. And you do all of your own gardening, don't you?
Most of it.
Yeah.
Most of it. I have a gardener who comes once a week for half day, and sometimes I ask him for extra help,
Mm-hmm.
especially with school laborers. But
Yeah,
it's something I just
gardening's hard
enjoy.
work. I'm a gardener as well, so I totally know it's very, very difficult work. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Well, good for you.
yes, but
Good for you.
but
So,
also very enjoyable, right?
oh,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah. So, do you like to plant things that are just like flowers, or do you plant things that like bear fruit and
Yeah.
you?
So flowers for sure,
Mm-hmm.
flowers,
Mm-hmm.
and dahlias and things like that, flowers for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And this year I'm going to experiment first time with veggies. Last year I only grew tomatoes just to find out if I can grow something
Mm-hmm.
from
Yeah.
seed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it did work out. So right now I've got plenty of veggie
Okay.
seeds germinating. So yes, we shall see how it goes.
It sounds perfect. Perfect. Good for you. All right. What's your favorite indulgence?
Favorite indulgence. Oof, right. If I say chocolate, it's going to be boring, but it's not chocolate. It's a specific snack.
Mm-hmm.
I call it kukuruku because it's that's when I was a little girl on the telly, we had this advertisement kukuruku, it's just and it was a snack which is like a waffle. You say waffle?
Well, yeah, like a waffle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, waffle. Very delicious. And I not recently, maybe some months ago, maybe 6 months ago, rediscovered it here in UK just under different name. I perhaps shouldn't have. And that's my favorite indulgence. So I have one kukuruku pretty much every day. Okay. And I have it now in a little box. Make sure that it's always there.
Good to know. Yes, yes. So, is it kind of like a Kit Kat bar? You know that waffle that's inside of a Kit Kat?
No, it's like a little square, and it's got layers of chocolate and biscuit. It's called Nopper here, something like that. Knopper, I think.
Okay.
But it's very delicious.
Yeah.
Very delicious.
I shall avoid those, and I shall not request any of my European friends to send them to me.
That's right, but that's my favorite indulgence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So YouTube, I know you have a YouTube channel. Is there anything that you get sucked into watching that is, like kind of the off the wall ones that you don't really want anyone to know about?
Plenty of gardening videos, but that's probably nothing to be ashamed of.
No. No, nothing's.
I love classical music.
Okay.
So I got lots of those recommendations.
Lately, a lot of my clients lately have been telling me they've been watching the earwax removal ones. So.
Oh, great.
Yes.
No. No.
Okay.
No. But I tell you the funny recommendation I get on YouTube. We have a pair here in UK, husband and wife, living actually very close to where I live, like next town, if you like. And they've got over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. They're called the Lad Baby. And they have got the most hilarious videos, how they prank each other badly. Husband and wife prank each other absolutely badly. And I think it's prescripted because they now make a living out of it, and they probably are aware, but they're great actors and they're good people, and they give lots to charity, and I so enjoy watching their videos and laughing laughing.
You can say it how you want. It's fine. I'm not worried about words here. Go ahead.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So yes, they're great. So again, nothing that I don't want people to know, but they're great. The Lad Baby. check them out.
I will. Yes, absolutely. I always go through and put a list of what we talk about and things like that. So if you could text me or message me what that is, that'd be super helpful. That would be
Sure.
great. And I'll get that in there. Okay.
Sure.
So, advice. Things like bad advice. What is some bad advice you have been given in the past? And why does it bug you so much?
Yeah. It did bug me. It doesn't bug me anymore, but certainly one particular advice springs to my mind. And it comes from a person who brought my first business down. You're probably aware of my story. And my business mentor stroke potential business partner. And he used to advise me at some point, and his advice was that when it comes to business, it's 75% about you and 25% about people you serve, and that's how you think, and that's how you're gonna succeed. And when I felt like, what the fuck? And that was, I think, the first big flag for me. Who am I dealing with here? But I actually contemplated on it a lot, as it created like, oh, maybe I'm just too good to succeed in business because I care about the people. And I can never think like it's 75% about me and 75% about people. So it created lots of self-doubt and so on and so on. That was very bad advice. Or
Right.
certainly bad advice for people like me or people like us. That's the biggest one. The rest of it is, I mean, there is so much advice out there, right, Colleen?
Right.
I'm always aware of the advice that says, I do it this way, and here is the formula that absolutely works. Apply it, it will work for you too. I'm always aware of those because, as you know, I just don't believe we can build a business just by following somebody else's formulas. That's working creatively or thinking reactively, and we cannot outsource their energy. So cookie cutters just don't work. So I really believe in working creatively from within. So I'm just always aware of those kind of advices, that this is the way, this is the way, this blueprint, this way, this marketing, this whatever.
Right. So you pull a lot of things together, which I do. I personally know that about you as well, which is what I certainly appreciate. Because, I know cookie cutters don't work. You can take little bits and pieces from here and there, and that's what you pull into yourself as well.
Absolutely. And that's why I think it's important to learn. There's nothing wrong with the learning, different approaches and different, because that way we've got richer logical mind, if you like, or physical mind. So we can, when we source internally what is my way, we have got a lot more references to go on. But you're quite right. We pull out from what is totally aligned with us, and that is the way. Yes.
Well, and that's what becomes inspiring as well. And that's really, from my perspective, to be inspired. And I'm assuming that's how you look at it as well. It's that inspiration, that little piece from here that, oh, this is perfect. And then it becomes part of your heart center as well, of what makes you resonate. So to me, it makes perfect sense. Absolutely. I know that you're a big book reader as well. So tell me about 3 books that you have, number 1, that are your favorites, and if any of them you have read more than once. And they can be any kind of book as well.
So, okay, books that I read more than once. The Science of Getting Rich by Alan D. Bottles. I've read that book numerous times, and it helped me quite a bit. Conversations with God by Donald D. Walsh. I read that twice.
Okay.
And something I'll come back to sometimes. And The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, Catherine Ponda. Again, the book that I keep coming back to. And all of these books are just the different ways of helping me to foster as you know, as me consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right.
They're really wonderful books, I think.
That the Waddles book, I had that on a like a PDF on my computer, and I got a new computer. My son got the old computer, and he
Yes.
deleted all of my books like that. And I had a vast amount. We had a massive miscommunication on what to delete, and
Right.
all of those are gone. So
Oh.
I shall have to redo them. So I know those books as well. It happens, you know. They're my ones I like to read on my phone when I wake up in the middle of the night and need a little bit of inspiration and and something I can go back to. But they'll come back. They'll come back to me again in numerous ways, won't they?
Of course. There is no such a thing as loss. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Do you read anything for pure nonsensical fun?
Hardly, you know. This is one thing that I'm aware, and for fun, I go more to like Netflix than the book for some reason.
Yeah. Okay.
But I become aware of it. I still haven't changed it though. So I mostly read non-fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my fiction is in Netflix, I guess, and Bridgerton.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, what do you watch then?
Yes, I watched Bridgerton.
Well, it's a newer one. I have not gotten into it, probably because I'm a bit afraid to get sucked into that one.
No, this is one of those things that is like indulgence, you know?
Yeah, okay.
It's really definitely under indulgence category. It's so much fun.
Yeah. So what else do you watch then on Netflix? I mean, is it only Bridgerton, or are there any other series you've been getting sucked into?
Yes. I watched The Queen's Gambit, and I loved it.
Okay.
It was a movie, or extended movie, over 7 episodes, or however you call it, about a chess player and how she was struggling with addiction. It was really fun, lovely. What else I watched? I certainly watched some more, and nothing comes to my mind. I watched a little bit of Designated Survivor, and I stopped there. Didn't find it that meaningful, even though it was quite catchy.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But the Queen's Gambit was really good. I enjoyed that, and Bridgerton was really good, even though it was so out there. And The Crown, that's, you know, Crown in UK, royalty, you know. So I watched the last season of that. That I enjoyed. Yes.
We are definitely food watching ones.
Are you?
Yeah, Somebody Feed Phil is a good one. If you like anything like that, that is actually very good. And then we've been watching Meat Eater, which it doesn't sound like it would be a good one, but he's a bit of a conservationist as well, and so he talks very, very well about what he's hunting and why you can hunt it and how to prepare it well, and so we enjoy that part of it as well, if you want. But Meat Eater, I don't know if it would be over where you are at all or not, but it's worth it.
Don't know. We'd have to look.
Yeah, it is. It's worth it. All right, so food. You know, favorite foods. What do you eat? I think I just recently found out you're not a cook, which is okay. But I'm assuming you still have food you like to eat, besides your new indulgence.
Of course. Of course. Luckily, my husband cooks. He makes me breakfast every morning, bless his heart. 2 eggs and British bacon and a toast.
How do you like your eggs?
runny.
Oh, yuck. No, thank you.
That's why we're different. That's the beauty of it, isn't
It
it?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love my eggs, and I have a sister-in-law who she compensates for all my lack of cooking skill. My
Okay.
husband too, but she is like really phenomenal cook,
Hmm.
and she's Polish.
Mm-hmm.
So which is a country next to Slovakia where I come from.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
really similar, almost identical tastes.
Okay.
And my goodness, I love just pretty much anything she does, and she cooks very often, for us even, so because she knows that I like it. So yeah, anything Polish, I like, and obviously Slovak.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I totally lost where I was going with that. Oh, I do. I know. I have a story of a Polish woman here that she had a restaurant and she used to stand over us and make sure that we ate everything on our
No
plate.
way.
She would, and we'd have to overeat. It was so hard.
In the restaurant.
It was her restaurant, and she would
Oh
stand
dear.
over us and say, like my cooking? I'm like, it's great,
Oh
but it's so
no.
much food.
I understand if moms do that. My mom used to do,
Yeah.
mind reading to if you do so. they express love with many moms.
I
generation
understand
express
it,
love
but
of cooking. So I know my mom is like that. Like it better not. It's
yeah.
beautiful and eat it all. But in the restaurant, I have to ask Colleen, did you go back?
Yeah, we did. We would just learn to not eat. I would plan, like, I would only have breakfast and then I'd go in there hungry so that I would not be offensive because I didn't want her standing over yelling at me anymore about it. It was
That's
quite funny. It was quite funny.
Yeah, we have beautiful hotel nearby here, and they have got a restaurant which is like a 5-star buffet, and that's what we do. Haven't done again for a while now.
Yeah.
But that's the best place to go for us to, meet with friends or for long chats because and we always plan not to eat. So we're quite hungry and we can stay there for hours and hours and chat and eat this most delicious food. But nobody stands above us and makes sure that we eat it all. Nope.
Yeah. One of the best places for a buffet and a huge amount of food is actually Vegas.
Yes.
Las Vegas. It's not my favorite city to go to at all, but you can get some amazing foods there.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, but Vegas. And so this is like one of those questions that we go straight from food to farts. Are they funny or not?
Farts?
Yes.
Actual farting, yes?
Yes. Yeah. Are they funny? Or is it a part of life?
Of course it's funny. Sometimes it's annoying, but mostly it's funny. It was yesterday or the day before yesterday when I read a story with my youngest child. And it's a book he just likes to read over and over again, And as we started to read the first page, was, oh, mommy, I farted. I said, ooh. So we introduces the farts inside of the story, along the way. And it changed the story so beautifully and we had so much laughs. And he was like pissing his own little one. Like, yeah, of course it's funny.
Well, and you have 3 boys, right? So of course you'd better have a sense of humor over that, right?
Yeah, I better have a sense of humor. Otherwise I would go mad. And they're quite wild as well. And the daddy, my husband, is a free spirit, So they're crazy sometimes.
What, the people or the farts? Or both?
Both. Both.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get
Oh,
it.
when
I'm the
it
soul
just remind me
girl.
of people or facts or people. Um, when it was a while ago when I had the two boys at the time, and they were quite little. But imagine this: as you come home from somewhere, work probably, you come home, and literally in the middle of living room, from a ceiling, you got hanging rope, and they were swinging on a rope. My husband thought it's a brilliant idea to just tie a rope in the middle of living room and be swinging. So that's what I mean by free spirit, and I better have sense of humor. On the sofas upside down to create a house of sofas and stuff like that, all goes in my house.
Yeah, to me, it's all very reasonable. It is. So,
Well, yes, I'm built a little differently. I'm a little bit more, I'm Capricorn, isn't it? So,
ah,
so I'm like, oh my God, but I better take it well and
right.
have fun rather than, oh dear.
Hey, it is. I'm filled with adventurers and all kinds of crazy stuff. So
Yes.
I get it. I get it as well. Hmm. Well, I already know what TV we've been gorging on, that type of stuff. So I want to know now about like a neurosis or something that you find, that you do over and over and over again that, you would maybe you would like to quit, but this neurosis is part of what spawns your creativity.
Something that I do over and over again
Mm-hmm.
that sponsors my creativity.
It starts. It's the
Starts.
igniter to your creativity.
I don't know. I know for sure. Each of us have got creative streak within us,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
And I know for sure. It's important to me to express my creativity and kind of have that flow.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not an artist by any shape or form, but I sometimes do silly what feels for my logical mind and Capricorn build feels a little bit like
Mm-hmm.
doing DIY, or just making something from scratch or refurbishing something. I actually enjoy those little things,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which sometimes feel like it's a waste of time. You can get it in TK Maxx for a fiver. But I actually enjoy sometimes to make it my own and just a little bit. So that I guess it's a part of the creativity. Decorating the house, I absolutely love that
Mm-hmm.
in any shape or form. Certainly the gardening helps me to do a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
creativity. And of course then in business that you've got to be creative, right? Coming
Right.
up with the new ideas,
Right.
concepts, etc.,
Right.
etc. So the answer is to it, I don't know. But if there's any kind of negative self-talk around that, or it occurs to me, well, like, why the heck do you buy these little things to put something from scratch when you can actually go and buy it? It's a waste of time. But it's not.
No.
But sometimes it does occur to me.
So when creativity comes to you, is it like I call it, and what I have, it's that freight train of creativity. So when it comes, it's like almost can make you a little bit crazy if you don't write it out or get it
Yes.
out of you and act on it. So do you have that?
Yes, you feel very strong fire around it, isn't it? In your belly, like, oh. So yes,
Yep.
I'm doing my best to do it as soon as, if it's inside of business or out, because I know when I sit on it, it sometimes fiddles, and so yes, for sure, that's the fire in the belly. I love it.
Right. I know I find, and that's why I've set up on my phone a place I can go and write, because I don't want to get up in the middle of the night and do it. So I just kind of hunker down in bed and type into that one document. So I don't lose, because if that freight train hits me, then I've lost that creative flow and whatever those words are. So
That's right. That's
yeah.
right. Sometimes what I do when I I voice note my idea, and if it's like okay, good, and sometimes I send it like to my team, like that's a piece of content, put it out there,
Right.
or whatever like that. You're right. It's best to capture it there and then.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, it loses that spark and that creative flow and that what you call that fire in your belly. Just of it's not the same anymore. So yeah, it's best to create it then. So, do you use the voice record like on a, Google, not a Google document, but a Word document? Is that the one you use?
No, the voice notes on my iPhone.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the Word documents, it transcribes it for you as well.
Yeah,
which
that's great. Except, believe me, what I would get transcription of my voice would be very different.
Yeah, it is.
Because I have a quite strong accent. And
yeah.
poor translator. I tried it. Bless them.
I know. Mine, when I do stuff like that, because I do have a bit of a funky accent as well. Mine, I tell people mine is mixed. I'm a West Coast American girl with a bit of a West Coast Australian accent. And
Right.
it messes with them as well. So I do get it. I absolutely do get it. So loving yourself, we kind of started off with that, but what inspires you to love yourself more?
Because love is everything. Love is everything, and it starts from self, right?
It does.
Must start from self. Must start from self. That what inspires me, because I wouldn't say that naturally, as in just always love myself, and I'm so good with self. I can't say that from bottom of my heart. But what I do know is that over the years, I became way more better at appreciating myself, loving myself, taking care of myself, and do it more consciously, if you like, because I know it's everything. If we fill our own cup, then we have more to give in every regard. So, yeah.
So again, for you, more of it's that self-talk type of thing and just the internal knowing. Is there anything that you do that just says, "Oh, okay, here it is for me. Yes, this is it."
Of course. Yeah, it comes sometimes with lots of things, as in, sometimes I have a nudge, go and have a series of massages. Now, don't take me wrong, massage is nice, but, I have that fidgety part, as in, right, let me lie down here for an hour, okay. So learning to relax, learning to just be, yes?
Yeah.
So, and I know that that's an act of self-love, which, again, fills me up, and then, therefore, I have more to give.
Right.
So it sometimes comes with things like that, or honoring myself, which I got far better at. Just getting something from me without justification, just because I want it, selfishly, because I want it. So things like that. So it can come in many shapes or forms, but yes, certainly starts with a self-talk, I guess.
So, well, so what are those other shapes and forms, and what does love mean to you? Because sometimes it's physical, like as you were saying with the massage or anything like that. What else is that for you?
What else? Learning to, or not, some people don't need to learn it, or just simply appreciating ourselves for who we are, and from everything, how we look, considering ourselves beautiful, right? Every part of us beautiful is definitely a self-love. Learning to appreciate ourselves and love ourselves with all that we are, even with our vulnerabilities. So this is something that I sometimes struggled with. So, in a business, and especially if you lead or coach other people, sometimes you feel like you've got to be best at everything, because you don't want to be like a fraud. But who is perfect? So
right.
To appreciate ourselves with all of our faults and weaknesses and those vulnerabilities, because that's part of who we are, and that's all make us full and beautiful and wonderful and resourceful and who we are. So it's that type of thing. What else? Sometimes it's about actually saying no, right? To
Right.
other people,
Right.
because out of obligation I should do it, but I don't really want to do it. So act of self-love can be simply saying no. I'm committed elsewhere, without justification, just saying no. That can be an act of self-love, I guess.
Say what you mean what you say, be nice when you say it.
Yes, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Being strong with our personal boundaries, as in not going into the whole saving mentality with our clients. I need to answer my emails right now, or crazy o'clock in the morning. I must do. So no. So be aware and protect our personal boundaries. That can be certainly act of self-love that has got very positive benefits on all others involved as well. Things like that.
Yeah. What do you love to look at on someone else, like on someone of the opposite sex? What's your favorite body part on someone else?
Never thought of it.
Like, do you like eyes, or
I like everything, like a person, or even a physically physique.
Yeah.
A favorite part. I don't have a favorite part. Isn't that funny?
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just even thinking about my husband, and I love many of his parts, but not a favorite part. That's funny. Interesting question.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. I think so too. Well, I think we covered a lot, didn't we?
We covered a lot. We
went through a lot of good questions, and I know that I'm certainly thankful to have you be here with us, or with me, and I'm gonna, I'll do my normal and get it's recorded and get it out other places. So, yeah.
Oh, it's been really lovely talking to you, Colleen. This was unlike any other interview I've done. You were quite right that in your write-up, thought-provoking questions, some random and fun, but all absolutely.
That's what I wanted. I like that. I mean, that speaks so much to me as well, and my creativity, and how I work with people. And I know that's what people always say about me and my work. It's like, oh God, you're so direct and you're hilarious. And I'm like, well, I'm going to do that to more people now. So here we are.
Amazing. So keep doing it, Colleen. Keep doing it.
Well, thank you. I really, really do appreciate your time. And I'll let you know when this is up and out, and we'll just go from there. How's that sound?
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night for you.
Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day.
I will. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.